Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Cryptographic Asset Show. We are more than honored to be sitting down with Sapta Munggaran. Sapta works with Yield App currently. He's also been a moderator and I believe still is at Bitcoin Talk. I believe he's like basically a crypto OG. So we're more than honored to be having Sapta on today. How's it going, Sapta?
Hey, Justin, thank you. I'm honored to be here. It's been invited to the show. Thank you.
My pleasure's all mine. So tell people what you've worked on in the crypto space before we kind of get into where you're seeing all of this going.
Well, yeah, I've been in crypto since 2013. I was mining before, yeah, at the end of 2013, and I was one of the first who got the ANT miner S1 back then, and I was kind of proud to get that particular miner because it was so good. It was so good. I mined for a for a bit, but then some company actually now the biggest crypto exchange in Indonesia saw my knowledge and you know and they hired me to be their business development. It was Indodax now, but back then it was Bitcoin.co.id. And from there, I went on to a lot of companies and exchange mostly. There was Hit BTC. I was Hit BTC, and then in 2014, Bitcoin Talk appointed me as one of the local moderator for Indonesian communities. So from there on, I went to such a great length of company list that I helped them, be it just translating their website or but mostly exchanges because my first experience in the crypto world was work for an exchange. But then I work in marketing space in crypto with Toru Solutions. Yeah, I think you're there too, also, Justin. And from there, well, here I am. Fast forward, I'm in with Yield App now, and it's been a year, and it's been a very good year for me personally.
Why? Tell me more.
Well, for example, Bitcoin, reaches all-time high, Ethereum, and a lot of crypto, and it's been a very adventurous year for me because it was high, it was low, and all of that. And on the stock market, we see GameStop, and in the middle of crypto craziness, the bull market, so called, we have GameStop that is also, it's a particular crazy event of 2021. It's been crazy, and yeah, it's been good. We managed with Yield App alone, we managed to get almost $500 million in asset under management. So yeah, it's been great, and I'm looking forward to 2022.
All right, so let's talk about whatever you want to talk about. Like, what's your most passionate? What's your passion right now in the crypto space? Whether that be like, I want to talk about Yield App, but let's go a little broader.
Yeah, yeah.
What's
Let's go broader because my passion is actually supporting people to get into crypto. That's one of my passions since a long time ago. But then it was kind of drifted out because there's work and all of that. So here I am, just helping people, to get to know into crypto. But then I kind of slowed down a bit because back then in 2014, 15, 16, I was trying just like any meme out there. I was out and I met some people and I asked them, hey, do you know crypto? I mean, I'm not like that anymore, but I'm kind of like, you know, there's people who incline to learn about crypto, and I would be very happy to know you to explain to them what it what a cryptocurrency is, and how they can get into crypto for the first time and all of that. So because there's so many opportunities in crypto, and I really also encourage people from like Indonesia, just like me, to to open up their mind and see the bigger picture, because most of the time people in Indonesia see crypto as well, just another get rich quick scheme. But well, I mean, as we all know, it's more than that. It's more than that, and there's a lot of opportunities out there in the crypto world, and I just want, I mean, a lot of Indonesian go out there. I mean, find their passion in the crypto world and make it and make it and GMI, because if they're not going to start joining the crypto world soon, then yeah, NGMI, they're not gonna make it.
What's the crypto scene like in Indonesia?
Well, right now it's just mostly trader, you know. Now, like there's a very few builders, so to say. There's a lot of traders, and they need to change this. They need to change the meaning of crypto for Indonesian people. Most of them think, well, get rich quick scene, and people think, what's the hottest crypto right now, and they buy it. I mean, it's not uh, the right action to take when you're going to get into crypto for the first time. But I mean, since the pandemic, we don't see any conference and all of that. But so far, what I can see is just innocent people trying to get into crypto, but they just want to get rich quick, and it's not that. I mean, they're not going to make it again. I mean, one of the terms I like from 2021. I mean, from crypto Twitter and GMI, and all that. It's funny.
What does that mean? Tell us what that means.
So, for example, GMI is going to make it, right? But NGMI not going to make it, and it was a term uh, after I think I mean you know something like have fun staying poor. After that term, there goes NGMI and GMI, and now GM. GM means good morning. Like as simple as that, as simple as that. But I think the GM terms comes from the NFT community. But now I mean, it's broadened more to the crypto community in general. So every morning they say GM, GM. I mean, it's stupidly funny. Just like when people put the lesser eyes as their Twitter avatar. We're going to conquer the world.
So I want to talk a little bit about, you mentioned people are like speculating often on cryptocurrency in Indonesia. Was there a Dogecoin mania there? Was there a Shiba Inu mania? Can you tell us about the Dogecoin and Shiba Inu mania in Indonesia?
Yeah, for example, a lot of people think that I mean, everybody knows Elon Musk, and people in Indonesia apparently knows about Elon Musk too, and they believe that one day Dogecoin is going to be $1. That's the craziness. I mean, in general for the whole world. And now about SHIB, right? It's a newly meme coin created, and out of nowhere, I was having a dinner at a Chinese restaurant with the wife and the kid, and then at the table beside me, there was a bunch of students, right? Because I know because the mall was located in near a university in Indonesia, and there was a bunch of students. Hang on. There's a bunch of students that were talking about SHIB, and they were like, well, imagine if SHIB is going to even 1 cent, you're going to be rich, and all of that. I mean, what they're talking about is always get rich, not somehow they're not trying to make it in life or in crypto, but they want to get rich because as soon as that particular crypto hit a certain price, they will dump all of them and then enjoying their lives in real world.
What about NFTs? Like, what's your read on NFTs? Have you been following them?
Not like not in particular. I'm following a lot of things, just like general crypto. And for NFTs, there's for example, the the thing that I can see directly right now is I follow a lot of tattoo artists in Indonesia. I like I like their artwork and all that. And in the past few months, they're starting to mint some NFTs and trying to sell them. So it's starting to come in Indonesia too, apparently. So yeah, there's a lot of artists in Indonesia is trying to get into the NFT game or NFT game.
Tell us more about it. Like, are you into it? Do you like NFTs? Do you hold NFTs?
No, I'm not holding NFTs. I mean, some people are going to say that I'm not going to make it, but for now, it's not for me yet. It's not for me yet. I mean, I like the idea of the metaverse, and Facebook is obviously already changed its name to Meta, right? And yeah, of course, it's gonna be in the future, and I will definitely get into it. But now it's not for me. I mean, not that I don't like arts or anything, but it's just not for me right now.
What is for you? What are some of the what I guess niches are most exciting to you? We've obviously seen the proliferation of DeFi since summer 2020. That's really where there was this moment where DeFi kind of popped on the scene, and a lot of the ideas that were propagated during the ICO mania were now coming to fruition, not necessarily by the projects that raised money, but by new projects who were building on Ethereum mostly. And so we saw all sorts of traditional finance services and products now being experimented with in a semi-decentralized setting. And the hope was that we could create lending and other sort of financial assets on a blockchain, Ethereum at this point, that were decentralized and that were trustless ultimately via smart contracting. And then the NFTs were really the next thing that popped out onto the scene. I guess they might be a byproduct of DeFi generally. They are more, I think, kindred spirit of the supply chain token technology that had been experimented with since way back when. I mean, I suppose I can't think of projects, but definitely by 2015, supply chain and blockchain was a buzzword. And we shortly thereafter saw like the co-optation by corporations of blockchain technology, and they're experimenting with distributed ledgers most often, and they were calling it blockchain technology. So we saw like I suppose the way I understand it, a distributed ledger, you've got essentially like a permissioned uh, network where everyone knows each other and you can only get in with an invite essentially. Whereas the notion with like a decentralized blockchain network is that basically anyone can join and it's open and permissionless. So now I think the NFTs are tied back to some of the supply chain stuff that was being done in the context of what big corporations were saying they liked blockchain for. And so now we've got like moving into 2022, DeFi proliferating, although so much of it is centralized. Can you speak to what your favorite kind of DeFi niches are, or services and products that are available in a DeFi setting?
I think the DEXs, right? The DEXs. Like when people try new things and they don't like it, they just leave it. But the DEXs are here to stay. That's one of the things that DeFi brought to us, right? And the DEXs, the landing services, and it's already here, and they're all here to stay. That's I'm sure. And there's a lot of blockchain. It's not only Ethereum. There's also Solana. There's Avalanche. There's a lot of things out there, but they're all here. I mean, they're all here going to stay. They're not going anywhere. They're not going to be dead in the next few years. I'm sure that just like NFTs, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of so-called metaverse, right? There's gonna be a lot of them, and people are going to buy NFTs to get into the metaverse, and it's fine. It's fine. I see it like there's gonna be a lot of metaverse, just like there's gonna be a lot of blockchain. And what I like about crypto is that you don't need to convince people to go into other blockchain. You just use that seems useful for you. That's it, right? I mean, that's what I like about crypto. There's so many things out there. Just, I mean, it might be not a perfect analogy, but there's a lot of banks out there, right? And people use these banks. People use this bank, and it's fine. The whole world is going to run fine. And about DeFi, about a lot of blockchain, about a lot of metaverse, I think they're going to be fine, and they're all going to stay for a long time. And I like that. I mean, it's not about Bitcoin anymore. I mean, it's about blockchain, and right now we call it Web3. We kind of mask the word blockchain with Web3. That's I like it. I like it. I see the future is bright for a crypto scene, and we are definitely going to make it.
For those who don't know, what is a DEX?
No, it's a decentralized exchange, right? It's not Binance. It's not KuCoin. It's not Huobi. It's now we have Uniswap, for example. We have Curve. Like you can exchange. You have USDT, but you want to send USDC, right? You're not going to deposit your USDT into Binance and then trade it for USDC and then withdraw your USDC and then send it. That's too much of a work. That's a waste of money. That's a waste of fees and all that. I mean, imagine withdrawing ERC20 from Binance. What's that gonna cost? $20? It's it's kind of remove the most thing that we have on the blockchain. It's the almost free transaction, it's not there. But with DEX, we can just exchange USDT into USDC in one transaction. It's it's gonna be, I mean, it's not uh it's not gonna be, but it's already easier for us to exchange anything into something else in one transaction. That's what's great about DeFi.
What's Web3?
It's just the blockchain, where like MetaMask, people use MetaMask, right? And people are going to use it even more in the future. And you can see the game NFTs, like what is it called? I forgot about it for a few seconds. Come on.
Play to earn?
Yeah, play to earn. What's Axie Infinity? Like I said before, but there's a feature in Axie Infinity where you can hire, what is it called? I forgot about it. Come on. But where you can somehow lend your monster to certain people, and they play it with your monster, and when that monster earns some coins, you share the coins with the people who plays it, and you as the people who owns the monster. And do you know that the most, I don't know what is it called, but a lot of people in the Philippines apparently plays as the one who just play, but the owner is maybe in Japan and in the US, in everywhere. But the most people who has players in Axie Infinity, it's the Philippines. That's why don't the Indonesians step up? You know, do you like some games? I mean, people like games, right? But I see that it's I think it's the lack of information in Indonesia, and the internet is slow as hell here. It's really slow. So I think yeah, people just need to step up and get to know each other, get some information, and learn how to do some blockchain stuff.
Like what kind of stuff? How can blockchain empower like the poor people of Indonesia?
Just like what I just said earlier, right? Let me check for a while here. Okay.
Yeah, while you do that, I guess I'll just talk about
It's scholarship. It's scholarship. It's
hmm,
called scholar. So people get their monster from someone who owns it, right? And gets to play it and earn some coins and share it with the owner. And that's why people in Asia can take a change to be a scholar in Axie Infinity. That's a small example, Justin. There's a lot of things that they can do, you know. And if you see the crypto job market, there's a lot of things that people need, and I think Indonesian people need, like I said, need to step up, learn English. That's the first thing I said to everyone, to every Indonesian I met. How can I be like you? Just learn a few words in English and talk to some people. Find information on the internet, and they will make it, right? It's just as easy as that. People just need to learn. And the Philippines do it better than us, right? And the Indians have been doing it since a long time ago on the internet. We just need to step up, really, because I see most Indonesian kid right now is already playing games on their smartphone, right? Why why cannot they do something better?
Okay, so talk about Bitcoin Talk. What is Bitcoin Talk, and like, what have you like? What's it been like being a moderator for BitcoinTalk.org, which, for those who don't know, was essentially the forum for Bitcoin set up by Satoshi Nakamoto, and then it was handed off to Thamos, also known
Yep.
as Thermos. Can you explain more?
Yeah, so I was kind of proud because Bitcoin Talk obviously was built by Satoshi, and there you can find a lot of information about Bitcoin, and not only about Bitcoin, a lot of things. Even if well, correct me if I'm wrong here, but Vitalik announced the Ethereum ICO on Bitcoin Talk back then, and a lot of people discuss about it and see how big it is right now. I mean, it doesn't need an explanation of how big Ethereum is right now, right? And there's a lot of things that was coming from Bitcoin Talk. As Dash was Dark Coin before, now it's called Dash. And being a mod there, I can see that a lot of Indonesian is trying to make into the crypto world, but then, like I said, in the wrong way. Like one of the first question they ask would be how to get rich from crypto. That's wrong. That's wrong. And they I need to learn for a few months back in 2013 after seeing a small piece of news on the internet about Bitcoin. I need to learn that thing in for a few months before I have the courage to well I will run a node of Bitcoin. And I downloaded Bitcoin Core and all that. I tried a few transactions. I I remember that setting up a Coinbase account because I don't know anything else uh, beside Coinbase. There was Mt. Gox, of course, but you know we know the incident. But one of the first Bitcoin that I received was from Coinbase. Actually, it was $10 worth back in 2013, and I tried a few transactions with the $10 worth of Bitcoin, and then from there I started mining. Now, what I can see in Indonesia, people wants to mine like Ethereum or anything, but they don't have any capital to start. That's also wrong, and because the orientation of Indonesian people, they want to get rich from some coins, and they try to get the coins while it's cheap, but the coins goes bust. It's worth nothing like in the next 2 months. That's also wrong because they don't read any fundamental things about the project or about the coins or anything. They just, oh, this coin is cheap, I get in early and I will get rich in the next few months. That's a few things that's really wrong. Why don't I mean the poor people in Indonesia, they have internet. Why don't you come to Bitcoin Talk, you know, and if you can speak English, then find something that you can work on and work for Bitcoin or work for any coins, right? And I'm sure that at a point in time they will make it and they will get out uh, from their slum. I mean, it's too harsh, but but yeah, you know what I mean.
So talk about community management brought in a in a more broadly speaking, because like community management is something that like was not heard of 10 years ago. Like the idea that you would, as a big company, for instance, or even a startup, reply to all of the comments left on a tweet of yours is laughed at. It's totally left out of the room. But we've seen this understanding over the years that actually engaging with your community is beneficial on many fronts for businesses and individuals in general. And then we see that crypto has really been on the leading and cutting edge of community. So we saw Telegram communities, Telegram groups proliferate. We saw the forums proliferate. We saw Reddit proliferate. But more specifically, I think the Telegram groups and these companies having community managers. Now, interestingly, a lot of companies would have dedicated resources to community managers on Telegram, but they're not doing it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, etc., when they probably should be. So can you kind of speak about like what is community management, why it's so important, what you learn about the crypto consumer being in the trenches, and then also where do you see community management heading in the future?
It's an important part because with a traditional company or startup, you can't speak directly to them. And when we crypto startup build something, uh, we want to be reached directly by the community because we want to hear their ideas, because we want to discuss with them. And it's not I mean, it's often the community often gave us some ideas that we can do to make our product better. You know, because it's a broader community. We talk with them every day, and they came from around the world. So it's better. We get a better understanding of what people want from our product. But on Twitter, I mean, you can tweet something to a startup, and there's a good chance that they won't reply your tweet. And that also happens on Instagram, on Facebook, on on any platform out there. But with the community channel, with the Telegram, with Discord, we can discuss anything about about the company in real time and talk with real people. That's why it's such an important part of of uh, of a crypto startup. Because since a long time ago, I think since the ICO boom, right? We see we starting to see that a lot of crypto startup have community channels, you know, with them on Telegram, and they have a dedicated team of community managers. And from my experience, handling community for a centralized finance product like an exchange or whatever, we are the community managers is going to be the frontliner, not the support. And we are some we work as some kind of filter. You know, when people have has problem, we can we can solve the problem on a community channel rather than they need to contact support for their problem. So support will be getting less problem, you know, like easy problem. They're not going to have that on their tickets because we filtered the problem before it's going to support. So it's an essential part because the support team will now able to work efficiently, handling only important stuff, and the community managers handling with all not it's not that important. We can call it there's always some important stuff going on a community channel, but we can direct them to support. right? But we can also solve them in the community channel. So it's a good that we have 24 hours coverage on a community, because we make everything work efficiently, I think. And we can filter what's coming to the company, what ideas, like, well, we have the community managers to essentially to make everything work, efficiently.
What have you learned about the crypto consumer by being in communities and on in the trenches?
Right now, because I work in a centralized finance services that earns consumer some yields, I see that people are willing to take the risk, uh, as long as they're getting their yields, like with Celsius, with Nexo, and also with my company with Yield App. People are willing to take the risk, and people are putting in their money, and I think it's more healthy because from the ICO boom, we're pretty much getting more nice people in the community, and they understand what they're doing. And if they don't, we can somehow kind of guide them into getting the gist of it. Like right now, they're more comparing us to banks, because but we're not really banks, right? And but people are comparing us. Well, with banks, you get like what, under 1% interest, APYs, or so they call it. But on CFI, like Yield App and the other, we can get more than 5%, or even 10%, or even 11%, or 14 from their stable coin. It's just like they're saving their money, not in banks, but in a centralized crypto services that give them, a better yields than the banks. And I see that because there's a lot of people that is coming strictly for that. I mean, they understand crypto. They have some Bitcoins, they have some Ethereum, but where do I park this stable coin, right? I mean, if they have stable coin, and it's not going to appreciate in price, obviously, because one USDT or one USDC is gonna be $1, same. But how can they put their stable coin to work? That's something. That's also what DeFi brought to us. You can put uh, your USDC or USDT into some liquidity pools, and you get some rewards, something like that. And people are more understanding. So yeah, people are more understanding. Uh, they the expectation is not getting rich quick, which I like very much a lot.
Tell us about Yield. What is Yield App?
So Yield App uh, really utilize DeFi, right? People can go yield farming themselves, actually, and they can go to Uniswap, they can go to Curve, they can go anywhere to earn yields. But with Yield App, even if you don't have that experience, even if you don't have that knowledge, we as a platform can do it for you without the need of spending high gas fees on Ethereum. You earn a stable yields. For now, for example, you will get if you deposit stable coin, you will get 12% uh, annual plus 2% bonus paid in YLD token. And we utilize DeFi. We put the users' funds into more than a dozen protocols in both in Ethereum or some other chains, and we let them earn some yields for the users. As easy as that.
What else should people know about Yield app?
People should know that they can get better yields. I mean, we diversify, so their funds are safe. That's what everyone wants to hear from a CeFi platform, because we diverse the funds into more than a dozen protocols, and as easy as sign up, deposit stablecoin, and start earning yields. And there's no lockup on your funds. You can deposit, and then it's not for me. Then you can withdraw your funds tomorrow, or right after you think that's not for you. There's no commitment, but we will earn. We will give you. We will always try to give you the best yields out there.
What is CeFi?
CeFi is just centralized finance. When the DeFi terms came out, well, if there's decentralized finance, there's gonna be a centralized finance. For example, CeFi, centralized finance, just like Yield app or Binance or KuCoin. That's kind of a centralized platform that is performing, or being a custody of your funds, your crypto funds. But with DeFi, you hold your money 100%. That's just, that's more like it. With DeFi, there's no password that you need to remember. There's no email address. You just go to a DeFi protocol and then start doing transaction. You're muted.
What do you expect? What do you expect from 2022 in cryptocurrency?
Oh, my expectation is big. I just want them all to go to moon, but of course. But then I think I expect that there's a lot more people that will come into the crypto scene and see that this is something that we built. This is something that we built together, and we are going to make it. And there's a lot of things for you to try. There's a lot of things for you to take, and there's a lot of things for you to partake. Build together, earn together, and then we're going to make it. I expect it a lot from a lot of people in 2022. It's gonna be big, and I think recently we see like Pepsi, I think, and Nike getting in the NFT market, right? And I think it's I don't know, it's positive, but it's negative in some way, because some people think it's not the time for big corporation to get into NFTs or crypto in particular. But then more people will see crypto by by them doing that stunt. I think, I don't know if it's a stunt or not that they're doing, but I see the silver lining of it, that more people will see uh, what is this crypto all about, right? But I hope it's crypto in general. But I see that they're talking about NFT and stuff. But yeah, I hope they're talking about a different thing, about crypto in general, honestly, not just NFT. It's not like that I don't like NFT, right? Because I like NFTs and I admire them, but I just hope that the big corporations just talk about blockchain instead, or Web3 instead of NFT.
We have had the honor of sitting down today with Sapta Munggaran. Sapta is a moderator at Bitcoin Talk. He's also at Yield App, I believe, is a community manager.
Yep.
And awesome. Yeah, Yield App, check it out, yield.app. Thank you so much, Sapta, for joining us today.
No, thank you, Justin. It's been an honor.
Pleasure's all mine. And thank you, everyone, for listening.